first game of Side B is underway, and out the gate, Nagi does something very unexpected. Blue Lock Chapter 328 Part 2 is finally here. Let's talk about it. So the chapter starts right where Part 1 left off, with the narrator saying, first stage, in the room of the first selection, this man was there. As Shindo and Kira look on, wondering who it is. Shindo saying, huh? Someone came before us. As Kira says, huh? Seriously? You're that Nagi Seshiro. As Shindo says, the guy who dropped right out at the ranking cutoff. As this does confirm that Kira was hate watching all of the NEL and saw everything that happened. And homie still thinks he stands a chance. Cute. With one of the randos saying, whoa, for real? It's Nagi Seshiro? As Shigeo Mizuki, the GOAT, himself says, what about to start here? Completely unaware of what's going on, but that's just to hide the fact that he knows everything that's going on. As the screen turns on and says, change into your bodysuit and wait. As in the next page, we see all 13 contestants change into their white bodysuit. Shindo saying, so there are 13 people in this room. Huh. Roger. You see Nishioka, Shigeo Mizuki, Shindo, and Kira being the main frontrunners, with a whole bunch of other random individuals. We then cut to Kira asking Nagi, more importantly, Nagi says, Shindo, why are you here? With Nagi responding, you're being rude, you know, since earlier talking so bluntly, even when it is our first time meeting. Who do you think you are? Kira can't even help it, already being an ass. Kira then responds, my bad, but I want to know more about you fighting that bastard Isagi Yoichi. With Nagi saying, huh? What, you? You hate Isagi? Kira says, yeah, I hate him. As in the next page, we see Kira trying to be tough with no aura, no hose, no bread, no nothing to show for it, acting like he's hot shit. Saying, I loathe it so much it drives me insane. Trying to act like he's a part of the team. With Boditsuda saying, hello my geniuses, as everyone looks to the screen that Boditsuda is on. Boditsuda then explains the first game, calling it the birdcage. He says, the rules are simple. Anyone chosen from now must pick one partner. Those two will form the bird team. The remaining 11 will form the cage team, surrounding them in a circle. And that's when the game begins. As we see a diagram of Kago and Tori, Tori being the bird and Kago being the cage. As he goes into further detail about this game, he says the 11 cage members pass the ball around and must not let the two birds steal it. Conversely, if the two birds manage to steal the ball, they win. The time limit is 136 seconds. The two who succeed advance to the next stage. If they fail, they return to the cage and repeat the 136 seconds. New birds are chosen and the game restarts. Only the first 3 pairs to break through move on. In other words, only 6 out of the 13 will survive. As we see a perfect diagram explaining the game, which honestly is a very interesting game to play. Very different from how it was in the original Blue Lock for their first game. Boditsuda then continues by saying the bird roll is decided by your order of entry. The first bird is you, Nagi Seshiro. As Nagi says, I see. Okay, it's been a while. This feeling. As we see Nagi ready to start this game, Boditsuda says, now then, choose the partner who will fight alongside you. As Nagi looks in the direction of the person he wants to choose. And then a double spread, Nagi says, then I choose you, Anti-Isagi King. That guy, Isagi, and Blue Lock. I'll also go crazy and make a mess out of them. Inevitably, choosing that of Kira. The first stage of Side B starting. As the ball gets shot up in the air and the game begins. We then cut back to the team that actually matters, that being Blue Lock. Only this time, it's in the Blue Lock locker room. As we see Isagi doing something. With Ego entering the room, he asks, Isagi Yoichi, may we chat privately? Catching Isagi off guard, with the narration saying, Blue Lock does not stop even when Side B starts. What is Ego's opinion on Isagi, who obtained complete victory in the first match of the U20 World Cup? And with that, Blue Lock Chapter 328 Part 2 comes to a close. With the next chapter, Blue Lock Chapter 329 being titled God. And there will be no break next week. So what could Ego want from Isagi? What will we see? The possibilities are honestly endless. Personally, I would love to see a backstory, or at least something relating him to Isagi to help him further his evolution, or at least help him in the long run. As for Side B, sadly, the Kira agenda will keep going because apparently he has relevance for some reason. But I want to know from you, what did you think about this chapter and what will we see next?